To summarize what's going to happen in this next video is we're going to be looking at different ways that you can create animated graphic symbols. So copying another one, converting it, and then what if you made a bunch of stuff on your main timeline in the process of making a movie and then all of a sudden decided, hey, this would make a great movie clip or animated symbol. So in a previous video we made this, which all of these are an instance of an animated graphic symbol. Let's say that at one point we realized, hey, this would have been better as a movie clip. So how do we do that? Well, to make it clear what's going on here, let's just get rid of everything but just one instance of this on one frame. Okay, and if I get rid of all but the first frame here, we'll see that nothing happens because it is indeed an animated graphic symbol. And if we go into library, we can see there's its timeline. That's what's happening. But let's say that we said we want one of those. Oops, go back to the proper video. We want one of these just sitting here on the main timeline, even if someone doesn't hit the start button. So one way we can do that is we can go over to the library here and we can right click on this and we can go into its properties and change it, or let's say that we want a copy of it. So the first thing would be a copy, so we just select it, duplicate it, and we could give it a different name here. In this case, just to make it clear what's happening, I'll call this rectangle and MC after it. And under the type, here's how I'm going to convert it. I'm going to change it over to a movie clip. Click OK, and you can see that there's the original one we started with. Here's the new one, and you can see in looking at their icons, this is the icon for a graphic symbol. This is the icon for a movie clip. Now what we just did would apply to any symbol. So even if it's a static graphic symbol, we can make a copy of it in that fashion. Now this did not used to work so well in older versions, but let's see if it worked here. So I'm going to drag the instance of the movie clip out, and let's go ahead and hit return, and we can see, yep, the one that's a movie clip, even though there's just one frame in our main movie, worked fine. So that can be a huge time saver, whether you convert it or you just need to add something to it. So in other words, we could take this, go in here, do some edits to it. Go back to the main timeline, and that way we can clearly see the difference between the two. Okay, so that's easy enough. How about if you're making a movie and you realize, hey, all that stuff would be much better off inside of a symbol. So rather than you watch me make a whole movie, let me just give you one that we'll start with. Okay, so here I am in a brand new movie, and what I have is a layer here named text, which is just some static text. It says 1 through 4. Then I have the number on here, which is essentially a frame by frame animation, which changes from 1. When we get here, it changes to 2 to 3, and when we get down here, it changes to 4. And it's at 24 frames per second, so it changes every 24 frames, so it's essentially counting in real time. And then I have this background that starts out full size and over the course of the movie shrinks down. Now that is a classic tween, so in order to do that I had to make a symbol, and there's the symbol inside of my library. If we go investigate that, we'll see it's nothing but a static graphic, and inside of itself it's just a shape. Right, so that's pretty basic stuff like we've done a million times before. If we go back to the main scene and play this movie, this is what we get. And when it finishes counting to 4, it just loops back to the beginning of the movie and plays again. But let's say for whatever crazy reason we decided that we wanted like 3 or 4 or 5 of these things? Well, we could just copy all this stuff and paste it right here on the main timeline, but that's a waste of resources, right? It's more computer memory. Whenever we start to realize that something happens over and over, whether it's a static symbol just sitting there, I even use the word symbol, but a static graphic just sitting there, a static graphic moving around, rule of thumb is just convert that into a symbol. So since we want this whole entire thing to be used over and over, let's change that whole entire thing into a symbol. Now what you have to do to make this work is you have to create the symbol from scratch. And remember, the way that we've done that in the past is we go to Insert, New Symbol, and we make a symbol from scratch. But first what we need to do is gather up all the information that's here, and then we'll do that. Now just to clarify what I just said, remember the 2 ways to create a symbol is you can just like start out with something. Let me just create a new layer here, layer 4 here. You could make this little object here, and then if you decided you wanted that to be a symbol, you would select the whole thing and you would do F8, which is the same as going modify, convert to symbol, and make a symbol out of this. Like red with black stroke. Okay, so then that shows up in the library. The other way is to go Insert, New Symbol, and make a new symbol from scratch. So we'll call this blue with and then we are now inside of the editing mode for this symbol, which doesn't have anything to it yet. So we need to create the graphic for it. And there it is. And if we go back to the main timeline of the movie, you can see there's no instance of that symbol out yet because of the nature of the way we created it. But to get one, we just go into our library and we would drag as many instances of this symbol out as we want to, or as many instances of this symbol out as we want to. Okay, so it's just kind of digressing here to make sure you're following me. So let's delete all of this, and let's delete this from the library, and let's delete this from the library. So we're right back to where we started. We have this movie. Let's delete this extra layer. And so our challenge is to take this, everything that's this movie here on our main timeline, and convert it into a symbol. Okay, so the way you do that, and this does not matter whether there's all kinds of other things going on your timeline, whether it starts at the beginning or not. The idea is you just select the start of the movie, so the very first frame and the very last frame, and you're going to do a special type of copy. And here's what it is. You right click once you've made that selection, and you go down to your choices in here and you do a copy frames. Now make sure you write that down and understand that you cannot just do your typical copy command. You must do it this way. You must select everything, then right click, and from this contextual menu that pops up, select either copy or cut. In fact, since we don't really want this to be on our timeline anymore, cut actually makes more sense. So I'm going to choose cut. Then I'm going to go to Insert, New Symbol, and then we'll call this the I don't know, counter, whatever. And I could make this a movie clip, but for this purpose I'll just make it a graphic. And then I will select the very first frame. Now notice that I am inside of this new symbol, which exists right here, just made it, but yet it doesn't have any content to it. So what I need to do is select this first frame here, do a right click, and from the contextual menu that pops up, now I select paste frames. And it even keeps all the names that I had before. So it's really nice. Now we're inside of this symbol and the whole thing works just like it did on the main timeline. Now if we go back to the main timeline, since I did a cut and not a paste, everything is gone here. So I could trash all of these extra layers, rename this one, and I'll just, to make it clear what's going on here, I'll just call it instance. I'll drag an instance of this symbol, because let me make this really clear. There is absolutely nothing here on the main timeline. So if I do a command return and a preview, we're not going to see a thing. Let me grab an instance of this symbol that we just created, and there we go. And because it's a graphic symbol, we need to make sure that our library, or I'm sorry, that our main timeline is the exact length of the movie, which I know from memory was 96 frames long, so I made this go to 96. I'll get rid of the extra junk that's here by just clicking on the first one, shift click on the last frame of the extras, do a shift F5, and now if I preview this movie, it should work perfect. And if I go back and I get rid of all or any of this timeline by selecting it, shift F5 and preview the movie, it's going to work like we expect a graphic symbol to do. Now, if we wanted to select all of that stuff and make a movie clip out of it, same exact procedure, right? But as I showed you earlier in this video, we could also just copy this from here and do the same thing. But let's just say that we knew in advance we need to make enough changes out of that. I don't know, just for the heck of it, I'm going to show you how we can copy the content right from here. So we're going to go into, we are now inside of Counter, and we're going to grab all of this information from this video. We're going to do a control or a right click, and we are going to copy the frames, and then this time we are going to, and just to avoid any confusion, let's go back to the main timeline. We're going to go insert new symbol. This symbol we will make as a movie clip, and we'll call this counter MC for movie clip. Go to that first frame in here, do a right click, and we will paste the frames in there. And then just to make it clear which one is which now, since they look so much the same, let's just change this text here to MC count. Okay, now if we go back to the main scene of the movie, and we now have 3 symbols in here. One of them is a movie clip. And just for the heck of it, let me drag this one out because that's just the box that was used in making this. And now let's preview the movie. And we can see that the movie clip one works just as we would suspect. It's timeline independent, so it keeps getting to do its thing. In order for me to put these back in sync, I need to go to the main timeline and give it enough frames. Well, not enough frames, but the exact amount of frames, which was 96 in this case, F5, and bam, everything works just as it's been. So I know that's probably a lot to digest, but if you go back and watch this movie a couple times, you should get everything you need to do this. And this kind of thing can make your life really easy by copying and pasting these frames.